What's up guys, it's me here, the Runners. We are back for some more Pokemon Crystal today. In the last episode, I forgot to get rid of the menu. In the last episode, we ran into our rival Silver. And that was pretty much it. We also got an egg from Mr. Pokemon, or I forgot, it was Mr. Pokemon, was it? Mr. Pokemon? I can't remember. But anyway, today we'll be making our way on to the second city, the next city. And hopefully we'll be catching 2 new team members today. Yes, 2 new team members. That'll be interesting to find out what they are. But first, let's get through this area without running into any wild Pokemon. Oh my god, we achieved it! It's a miracle! Nah, never mind. Well, no we didn't. For God's sake! Oh, for Pete's sake, Caterpinus! Reference to the first 2 Pokemon Leaf Green episodes right there. In the 3rd episode of Pokemon Crystal. Okay, we're gonna tackle this Caterpie and get rid of it. Okay, this is gonna take a while by the look of it, so I'm just gonna run for it, there's no point staying. Okay, I haven't gone any further than this. I've done, as you may have noticed, I leveled up Leaf to level 7. That was only 1 level improvement, and I gave him another berry, because I actually went back to the original berry bushes and they've got new berries, so now I have 4 berries, and that's including the one that Leaf is holding. Okay, so this guy's gonna ask us to battle. There's nothing we can do to avoid that except go through the grass, but yeah, fuck going through the grass, right? Who needs to go through grass? Trainer battles are always good. Wait, you and bloody blah, bloody blah, bloody bloody blah. Oh well, yeah, you have to fight this guy. Hi! You're a Pokemon trainer, right? Then you have to battle! No, I don't. I don't have to battle anything. Okay, we're just gonna skip these guys and run around all it. I can't go 1 step without running into goddamn Pokemon in this area, can I? Let's see what this girl has to say. I'm not a trainer, but if you look one in the eyes, prepare to battle! Well, thanks for that advice, oh, for Pete's sake. Instead of a bug Pokemon, I found a trainer! Can I catch it? Can I keep it? Sorry, I had to say that. Oh my god, a wild person! Can I catch it? Grass types do have quite a few weaknesses. You know, one thing that's tough to adjusting in this game is adjusting to the fact you don't have running shoes. I mean, I've played this game all the way through. I really enjoy the games. They're so much fun. Okay, but I forgot to mention, we're on Route 31 now, and there's some new Pokemon you can catch here. Well, specifically, there's 2 new Pokemon you can catch here, so we're gonna go over them very quickly. Okay, so like I said, there's 2 new Pokemon you can catch here. One of them, but actually both of them are Gen 1 Pokemon, so I won't talk about them for very long. The first... Oh, beg pardon? The first one you can... yeah, very professional. The first Pokemon you can catch here, you can catch it all times of the day, and at the same chance of finding one, at 20% chance of finding one. You have the chance of finding a Bellsprout. You remember the fact that I used a Bellsprout for my team in Pokemon Leaf Green, but most of the time it was a Weeping Bell, and then near the end it was Victory Bell. Because of course, the rest of my team were around level 21 at the time, so Bellsprout needed to evolve. But, yeah, you know what I'm going to say about Bellsprout? If you don't have one of the starter grass types on your team, then Bellsprout is a good replacement. I won't say it's the best grass type you could replace, like, Chikorita with in this generation, because it's not. There is another grass type from Generation 1, which I'd probably say I recommend you get more, but we'll come across that when we get to an area where you can catch it, which might be a bit later on. But, yeah, Bellsprout, it's a good one to add to your team. Grass poison type, so it's resistant to some types that grass is normally strong against, weak to, but it's also weak to some types that grass is normally, like, not affected by, so it's kind of a... not a win-win. You, like, gain a resistance, but also gain a weakness, also. But, yeah, Bellsprout and its family, I'd recommend you have them to your team. Okay, now the next one you have a 5% of chance of running into at night, and that is Ghastly. Ghastly is the first Ghost-type Pokemon ever created. It was the only Gas-type Pokemon for Generation 1, and I am including its 2 evolutions to that. Ghastly is, well, considering the type, considering the fact it's like the first Ghost Pokemon ever created, the first proper Ghost Pokemon, like with Ghastly, Haunter, and Gengar. Gengar is 100% worth it. You definitely, if you can trade, you definitely want a Gengar on your team. Ghastly though is a little bit of trouble to raise, but if you can get into Haunter, it'll be worth your while. Trust me. Haunter is a good Pokemon to have on your team. But yeah, if I could recommend either two of them to put on your team, if you didn't start with Chikorita, I'd recommend Bellsprout. If you did start with Chikorita like me, I'd recommend Ghastly, of course. Ghastly being a Ghost and Poison type, so you wouldn't lose out on the Poison section that Bellsprout has. Alright, so now that I have talked about those two Pokemon, I have a little cave over here which I can walk into. Let's check it out! Okay, this is a dark cave. It's pitch black in here, so there is no way of making your way through here at all without the move Flash. I mean, in the later generations, they give you a small area of sight which you could maneuver through, and trust me, it's much easier to do it that way. But here, you literally can't see anything. I mean, there's like a wall here, and I cannot see them. I'm just walking straight into them. But there are some Pokemon to catch here, so let's talk about them real quick. Okay, so in this area of the tunnel, there are 4 different Pokemon we have not talked about to catch here, and ironically enough, they're the only 4 Pokemon you can catch here. So there's a lot of Pokemon to talk in this area. Okay, so 2 of them are Gen 1 Pokemon, 2 of them are Gen 2 Pokemon. We'll get the Gen 1 ones out of the way first. Okay, so at all times of the day, there's a 60% chance of running into a Geodude. Now, Geodude, it's a pretty sturdy rock type. It's very good defense, followed by pretty good physical attack, but it hasn't got very good speed, and it has really bad special defense and special attack. So if you're going to use a rock type or a ground type, Geodude, very good at being defensive, and it's probably worth it if you want a Golem, but trust me on this, you don't want to send Geodude out against a grass type or a water type, because no matter how many levels higher Geodude is than them, if they have a water or grass type move, it's not going to stand up to them. Trust me on that from experience of having used Geodudes in the past. It is not worth sending a Geodude out against a grass or water type, or ice type for that matter. Ice types? That's a type apparently. Ass type. Ice types and fighting types also watch out for as well. Ice types probably more because both ground and rock are weak to ice, and so it's got a double weakness. So of course, rock and ground, not the best combination because of all the weaknesses and like the double weaknesses. And considering the fact it's got very low special defense, so it would be easy to take out that way. But Geodude and its evolutions do a pretty good job of being defensive. Now, the next of the Gen 1 Pokemons you can catch here is the first evolution of my favourite Pokemon ever, Zubat, who evolves into Crobat, as we all know. Now, Zubat, it's not actually... I know I'm going to sound 100% contradictive towards the fact that it's my favourite Pokemon ever created. But Zubat is not worth catching in this generation. I'm serious, it's not. Wait till Gen 3, because that's when the Zubat family really starts to actually become more usable. The reason I'm saying don't worry about Zubat in Gen 1 or Gen 2 games, don't worry about them in blue, red or yellow, gold, silver or crystal, don't worry about them for those games. Why? Because not only does Zubat have the relatively poor stats to start it off, but it also learns very few moves, and most of those moves aren't very good anyway, which means Zubat's going to be very tough to train. And in the Gen 1 games it only evolves into Golbat, which Golbat you could stand living with, but it's not the masterpiece of speed and strength that Crobat is. Wait to Gen 3, trust me on that. Actually, talking about that, if I do one of the Gen 3 games, I probably will be adding Crobat to my team. I'm just going to point that out there, just to prove how much of a beast it can be as a flying and poison type. But, yeah, Zubat, don't worry about it for this game, I really mean it. If you're playing the remakes, yes, definitely add Zubat to your team, but that's why I'm not adding Zubat to my team, guys. I am pretty serious about that. As much as I'd love to have Crobat on my team, I do not feel that it would be a good choice to add Zubat to my team. Okay, so the last 2 Pokemon you can catch in these areas are both Gen 2 Pokemon, and they're both the rarest Pokemon you can catch here. One of them is only available in the daytime, and that is Teddiursa. Now, I've never used Teddiursa or its evolution Ursaring in my team before on any of the games, but I know Ursaring is a pretty good physical attacker for normal types. Normal types do usually make really good physical attackers, and that's one of the pluses of normal types. Teddiursa, I guess, could be relatively weak, considering the fact that it's a small Pokemon. It probably doesn't have that many good defenses, and you can only catch it at level 2 here, so it might not be the best choice to try and catch it here. But if you want to nurse a ring relatively early on, rather than having to wait later on to catch one in the wild, you could try. It's got a 5% chance of appearing, so it would be kind of tough for you to find one, but there's still the chance. Okay, so the last Gen 2 Pokemon to catch here is Dunsparce, another normal type, except you can catch it only at level 4, but it has a 1% chance of appearing all day, so you could be looking all day, but you've only got the 1% chance of finding it. It's basically like trying to find a Pikachu in Viridian Forest. See what I did there? See what I did there? No, forget I can talk, guys. Dunsparce, considering how rare it is, you'd think it must be a good Pokemon to have in your team, right? Well, it's got the moveset, it can learn some pretty good moves that are very good for normal types, but its stats just aren't very good. They're not very high, considering the fact that the Pokemon doesn't evolve means that it won't gain a stat boost from that, and in the later gens it doesn't have a Mega Evolution, which they might give a non-evolving Pokemon. But no, if Dunsparce had been given like an evolution in Gen 4, which is what Gen 4 seemed to do actually, Gen 4 added a lot of extra Gen like evolutions to Johto Pokemon that didn't evolve and just weren't that good without their evolution. I mean, like, Ambipom. Ambipom's an okay Pokemon. Apom, not really worth adding to a team. Gliscor, much better than Gligar. Weavile, much better than Sneasel. See, they're all Gen 4 Pokemon that got an improvement. Dunsparce didn't get that, so it's not really worth adding to your team unless you want to have it as a trophy Pokemon, showing like you went and waited all this time just to catch such a rare Pokemon. Then go ahead, no one's stopping you, but it's not worth keeping on your team, it really isn't. Its stats just aren't up there with other normal types. Okay, now we're out of that place. Let's continue on. I am kind of done with all the talking for the day. I'm going to skip around these guys. I don't really want to do any training because I've got other Pokemon I want to catch and I'd like to train them off screen. So, I'm going to grab that Bitterberry and we're going to go down here. And we had to run into a Pokemon straight away, didn't we? Oh dear. I've already... Son of a bitch! Ah! Oh, we'll just skip this battle. Skip it. Okay, so in that battle, Leaf leveled up, but he also used up his berry because of friggin' Poison Point. Okay, so we're gonna make our way over here without my voice cracking, mind you. And is this guy a trainer? I found a good Pokemon in Dark Cave. I'm going to raise it to take on Faulkner. He's the leader of Violet City Gym. If it was a Geodude, then go ahead! I don't know if Geodude learned any Rock-type moves early on, especially considering what level Faulkner's Pokemon are at, but go ahead, buddy, go ahead and use your, Geodude. It'll certainly be resistant to Faulkner's moves, that's for certain. Okay, we're gonna quickly heal up my Pokemon, and then we are gonna go all the way back out the other side of town. Yeah, that sounds silly, I know, but we're gonna get there quickly. Listening to town music. I don't know this song. Okay, Route 36. Now, without talking about the Pokemon, I'm going to quickly hurry up and try and catch the Pokemon I'm looking for. So this is going to be sped up for you guys. This should be relatively interesting. I've got to hurry because this Pokemon will disappear when it gets to night time, okay? So I'll be back in a second. Ladies and gentlemen, my second team member, Growlithe! Okay, so I talked a bit about Growlithe in Pokemon Leaf Green, and as you remember me saying, you can't catch Growlithe in Pokemon Leaf Green. Instead, there's Vulpix, and Growlithe isn't around in... Oh, you're kidding. Wow! Oh my god! Come on! I've got to look for that again now! I'll be back in a minute. Finally, another bloody Growlithe. It's female, I don't mind. I'm just gonna try and not get roared on by it. Oh! Yeah, of course! Of course you used that. That's the only move you know. Whose idea was it to teach a level 5 Growlithe the move Roar? For God's sakes, Game Freak! Okay, finally another bloody Growlithe. You know, I'm just going to throw a Pokeball. I'm really hoping this catches it in one go. It's almost certainly not going to because no health lost. But please, for the love of God. 1, 2, 3. Oh my God! Yes! Oh, thank you! Thank you, Pokemon Crystal. You love me as much as I love you. It's a love relationship. Thank you! Oh my God. Thank you, Pokemon Crystal. First Pokeball and all. Oh, this Growlithe loves me. Okay, Growlithe, the puppy. It controls a big territory. If it is on a spell, it roars loudly to force out the intruders. Yeah, that's exactly what it kept doing me. I missed out a female Growlithe, which actually would have kind of been nice to have a female team member, but two male Pokemon don't mind. Okay, I had a name for Growlithe, but I've forgotten it, so I'm just going to put in a name that suits. I'm gonna call him Blitzer. It's kind of a nice name, don't you think? I like it. If you don't like it, then... well, you'll adjust, I guess. I mean... I've seen someone call a Growlithe Barky, so stop complaining. That's the worst name I've ever heard a Growlithe be given. Barky! It's like he's made of tree! Okay. There's another Pokemon I want to catch here, but I have to wait till night time to catch that. So we're just going to take a quick look at Blitzer. Blitzer! Okay, so I already have a Grass and a Fire type, and he knows Bite and Roar. Why did Growlithe never use Bite against me? I don't get that. Because you have Bite, But, okay. There's one more Pokemon I want to catch here, but I've got to wait till night time, because it only appears at night time. Okay, so while we're waiting, I may as well talk about the different Pokemon you can catch in this area. Okay, so the new Pokemon you can catch here, as you may have noticed, one of them's Growlithe, but I'll talk about it in a second. The other ones you can catch here are Pidgey, Ladybug, and Bellsprout. I've already talked about them. And also Spinarak, Hoothoot, and Ghastly at night time. I've already talked about them. The only one new here is Growlithe. I started talking about it. As you know, I would have had, like, Growlithe in Leaf Green if I didn't have Charlie, but Growlithe's not available in Leaf Green. And I didn't want Magmar, because Magmar came along so much later into the game when it wasn't really any use anymore for a Fire type. But Charlie was still did a very good job as a Flying type as well as a Fire type, so I'm glad I had Charizard, of course. But Growlithe is the, it would have been the option I'd had if I was playing Fire Red. And I didn't choose Charlie, because I wouldn't have chose Charlie in Fire Red. I'm losing the ability to speak here, guys. Feel sympathy. Oh, it's just gone night time. I knew it'd do that at 6 o'clock. Okay, so Growlithe, not Charizard. Growlithe, good Fire type to have to your team. If you didn't choose Cyndaquil, go for Growlithe. It really is one of the best fire types you're going to get in this game. There is the small problem of finding a Firestone, however, but I know ways I could acquire one. You can't buy one in, like, you can't buy one in the big store or the game store anymore. For some reason in this game, that's not an option. I don't know, I can't remember if that's an option in Blue, Red and Yellow. I think it is, but I could be wrong. So yeah, there is the problem of finding a Firestone to evolve Growlithe with, but we'll get through to that when we need to. But that's all there is to talk about that Pokemon. Growlithe must add to your team. Gen 1 Pokemon as well. So we've got one Gen 2 Pokemon, one Gen 1. If I can, I would like to try and make it a mix, so like 3 Gen 1, 3 Gen 2. But I think I'll probably end up more focusing on the Gen 2 Pokemon. But talking about that, we have another Pokemon to add to our team, so let's do that! Alright, so we have one more Pokemon to add to our team today, so let's do that quick. You may take a guess, it's the easiest one to find on this route at night, but you can't find it on daytime or morning. It's a little bit of a hint. Bellsprout is not it, if you were wondering. Bellsprout you can catch all day, every day, so don't worry about having to find a Bellsprout. You would have to worry about the other 3 you can catch at night on this route, but Bellsprout, no problem for anyone wanting Bellsprout. Okay, let's have another quick look. Is it going to be the first one? It's the most common Pokemon to find here, so shouldn't be there it is! Hoothoot! And it's female! So we do have a female Pokemon we can add to our team now. I like a bit of variety. Okay, let's tackle Hoothoot. And that's a good start, because that didn't go below half health, meaning I have another chance of getting its health down. Da-da-da-da! And it's on low enough health for me to catch it now. But it failed! Pack! Pokeball! Go! Go Pokeball! Okay! 1, 2, 3, caught! Gotcha! Hoothoot was caught! I have the best name for Hoothoot. Although there is the slight problem of it being female. That does lead a problem to the name, but we'll get past that. Hoothoot, the owl Pokemon. It stands at 2 feet tall, which is pretty big considering how big it looks. It doesn't look very big at all. It begins to hoot at the same time every day. Some trainers use them in place of clocks. Oh, that'd be very nice. Thanks, Hoothoot. You're a good pal. Okay, give a nickname to the called Hoothoot. I have a great name, but it doesn't match now, the fact that it's a female, but we're gonna give it anyway. Some of you might like this, some of you might not. Some of you may not even know this. No, that's not it. Mr. Own. Mr. Owl! If you don't know, Mr. Owl was a character from a kid's advert for Tootsie Pop Tootsie Pop lollipops. You know, like, Mr. Owl, how many licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop? Let's find out. I'll probably post a link to the advert, but it's quite funny to watch actually. But okay, so we have 3 Pokemon on our team: Leaf, Blitzer, and Mr. Owl, who is female. Yeah, we got a bit of a gender problem going on here. Thank God I didn't name Blitzer Mrs. Burns. Oh dear, that would have been awesome. Oh, I should have named Blitzer Mr. Burns. Mr. Burns! Oh god, I could have made a million Simpson references, but I don't know that many. Okay, so we're going to quickly get healed at the Pokemon Center, and then we're going to do what I properly planned to do for today. So yeah. That wasn't what I planned to do for today. I wasn't planning to just catch Pokemon. I wanted to add those new ones to my team, and then there's other things I want to do. So, this will be an interesting episode, by sure. But, we're going to finish off today by doing, if we can get there quickly, what's this place called? Sprout Tower! I forgot what it was called. I think it has a different name in the remakes. But this is Sprout Tower. Now this is one of the places you might want to take on before you take on the gym leader, as it will help you level up. It's not necessary to take on before the gym leader. In the remakes it is, but not in this version of the game. So if you don't want to worry about Sprout Tower, you don't have to. But it is a good place to train up your Pokemon, because there's Pokemon trainers inside you can take on. Now I'm gonna put Mr. Owl in front, because she needs to get a bit more experience, and hopefully she won't get knocked out straight away. So let's go inside. Now, I'm just going to quick check to see if there's any new Pokemon to catch in here. I'll be back in a second. Okay, so there are Pokemon to catch here, but the only two you can catch here are Rattata and Ghastly, and I've already talked about them. Ghastly, of course, only at night time. So, let's get into this place. We have Pokemon battles to take on here, and there's no worry about running into Pokemon on this level, because there are no Pokemon on this level. They all appear on the later ones. But let's go up, shall we? Now, this area is going to be sped up for your convenience, because otherwise this episode's just going to be going on way too long. Alright, so I need to go heal up quick because my Pokemon took a little bit of a beating, but they were able to stand on. And yeah, Mr. Owl's now level 8, Blitzer's now level 7. He hasn't learned his Fire-type move yet, but I hope he will at level 8 or 9, so that'll be perfectly fine. I will be back in a minute once I've gone to heal up my Pokemon. Okay, I accidentally kind of went to this cutscene. I didn't know it was there, but yeah, that's my rival. I'm just skipping all this. The way you battle is far too harsh! Pokemon are not tools of war! I think they were in the past, weren't they? Okay. He claims to be the Elder, but he's so weak! It stands to reason. I'd never lose to fools who babble about being nice to Pokemon. I only care about strong Pokemon that can win. I really couldn't care less about weak Pokemon. Silver used an escape rope, and he disappeared. Okay, so it's my Pokemon, and I'll cry if I want to. Sorry, that was pointless. Okay, we're gonna give each of them a berry. Yeah, I know it seems like an exaggeration, but this battle can be pretty tough sometimes. And I'm not planning to take on the gym leader today, meaning when I get a chance, I'll try and go back to all the other original berry plants, and they should have a berry by then, mind you, because the berries do come back after a while. And I will be picking up all the berries I can. But without further ado, let's battle the Elder! I'm just gonna stand here, posingly. Let's do this. Oh, press the wrong button. That's why I wasn't responding, I pressed the wrong button. Okay. So good of you to come here. Sprite is a place of training. People and Pokemon test their bonds to build a brighter future together. He's gone from Japanese to French, guys. Wow, I'm really good at accents. I'm really good at accents. I am the final test. Allow me to check the ties between your Pokemon and I. Into a battle we go! I forget who I have as my main Pokemon. Okay, so he's sending out Bellsprout! A level 7 Bellsprout! Okay, so it should know Growth. I should watch out for that, because if it uses Growth and then Vine Whip, it can do pretty good damage, but it's just going to go for Vine Whip, and that actually did okay damage. It did 2 bits of health, which is more than Vine Whip I was expecting it to do. Vine Whip it again. Oh, this is no problem. I think it's just whittling down my health for its next Pokemon to do the real damage. Okay. Vine Whip! Vine Whip! Whip! Stir! Sorry, I'm not gonna bring that one back up ever again. Oh dear. So this one doesn't know Growth, that's a sign. And a half. Okay, tackle. And Mr. Owl gains 126 experience and almost goes up to level 9. Okay, Hoothoot's in the house, so I'm going to switch to Blitzer! Because Mr. Owl is just going to be another Hoothoot, and there's no point having Hoothoot fight Hoothoot. Okay, Mr. Owl, it's a level 10! Shit! I didn't catch that bit, I didn't know that was going to happen. Okay, we're going to roar. I'm going to get it right! Get it right! Do it. I'm sorry, I love that kid. Get it right! I haven't watched Shrek Forever After in ages! I don't even have it on DVD! I've got to do that for Christmas! That's got to be my Christmas present from you guys. A bunch of good films. Because I have just been watching shit films for the last couple of weeks, and they've been all the ones that have been coming out in cinema, purely because my family is dumb enough to think they'll be good. Yeah, that describes my family in a nutshell, really. Okay, it's using Growlithe when it's about to faint. You do that! You do that, because that does loads of good for you! Growing when you die! Really good for your body! Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, its attack's gone up. It hasn't learned its fire move! Damn it! It must do that at level 9! Damn it! No, I don't want to swatch out. Swatch out? I'm gonna swatch out of here! I'm gonna go buy a new swatch! Okay. I make jokes that don't make any sense. And then I make jokes that are so funny you can't help but piss your pants. And they're the jokes that I don't intend to make! Oh dear. Okay, so Blitzer was identified, but that's no problem. It's only a Oh dear! That did quite a bit of damage. And Blitzer's only doing very little to it. Thank God I gave him that berry! Oh my God! I did give Blitzer a berry, didn't I? Yeah, there he's eating it. Okay, that's a good sign. Okay, this friggin' Hoothoot had better not take me all the way down to that. It missed! Oh, we got a chance in here, ladies and gentlemen, if we can get another hit in without being knocked out. Oh yeah! Blitzer hits first, and down with Hoothoot! I am sorry, brother of Mr. Owl, but she is not available for you today. Okay, so we've got two Pokemon at level 8, almost evolving into level 9. You and your Pokemon should have no problem using this move. Take this, HM Flash! Okay, so we got Flash. That's a good one to teach to Bellsprout, surprisingly enough. And I think it's one of the only Pokemon that you can catch... Oh, pardon me. I think it's one of the only Pokemon that you can catch around this area that can actually learn Flash. I don't know if any of my Pokemon could... Actually, I imagine Blitzer could learn it, but I don't want to teach Blitzer Flash because it's a HM in this game, not a TM, so I can't replace it once I've used it. Okay, Joe, put the HM05 in the TM pocket. Flash illuminates even the darkest of all places. But to use it out of battle, you need the badge from Violet Gym. Thanks for that help, old man. I'm now going to steal your Pokeball. It was an escape rope. So now I can spin my way out of here. The reason I say spin is because in the more recent generations, when you use an escape rope, you spin around, which is always weird. Oh, you still doing this one. Spin! Okay, we're back in Violet City, and that's all we have time for today, guys. We've taken on Bellsprout Out and added 2 new Pokemon to my team. We already have our team halfway full, but I promise you this now, I don't plan to add any more Pokemon to my team until after the second gym. So you guys are safe there. You can still keep guessing, and I'll still have these 3 on my team. But there won't be any more till past the second gym, not 4th gym. That's really late. Past the second gym. I think I'll probably have my last Pokemon by... maybe the 5th gym, my last Pokemon? I don't know. But I'm going to keep it open on what Pokemon I'll be adding to my team. I'm still thinking about it. Yay! They've all got their items. I'm going to be taking all them, and I'm going to be leveling them all up to, say, oh, I don't know how high Volkner's Pokemon levels are, but let's say around level 11 or 12 they'll probably be by next time. Each and every one of them, and by then I can promise you Blitzer will have his fire move. But, till then, like and favourite if you enjoyed this video. Next time on Pokemon Crystal we will be taking on the first gym leader, Volkner, which is a really weird name when you come to think about it for a flying type gym leader. Wink wink. Okay, so until then, like and favourite if you enjoyed this video, subscribe to join the Rad Clan today, or the Crow Battalion today, for this Pokemon walkthrough. And I know it's ironic to now use the word Crow Battalion, because I'm not using a Crobat in the game Crobat was created. I know, right? I would if this was the remake games, I really would, but it's just not as good in this game. It really isn't. You gotta wait till at least Gen 3 for it to truly become the Pokemon it is, for it to truly unlock its being. But let's get to the end of this video, I don't need to babble on. I will see you all next time! Haloraders out!
Mr. Owl, how many licks does it take to get to the Tootsie Roll center of a Tootsie Pop?
A good question. Let's find out. 1, 2, 3.
If there's anything I can't stand, it's a smart owl.